Welcome to the Tequila Time Podcast. I'm so excited to introduce you to my very first guest, MoPeet. He is an OG board Ape Yacht Club ape, and I'm so excited for you to meet him today. Hey, MoPeet, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great, How are you?
Amazing. I'm great. Thank you. Yeah, everything's good. I'm so excited to have you on today. I want to go back to the beginning. So you joined the Board Ape Yacht Club. How did that look? How did that happen?
When we first joined up, it was me and a buddy of mine. It was back in April-ish? No, May, because I got in actually like a fuzz late. We were messing around with VFriend stuff and watching all that. But I didn't even know what NFTs were. And somebody out of the Discord popped in my DMs and was like, "Hey man, check out these things. I think you'll like this," And I hopped in the Discord, made one joke, and been here ever since. I think it froze again.
Hey.
There we go. I think we got rugged.
Awesome, we're back. I think we got rugged. I know, I felt like a Twitter space for a second.
I was talking too much on how good your connection was, and then
we spoke too soon.
Oh, always.
So rolling back, you and a friend was in Discord.
Okay, cool. I didn't know where we got cut off. We were messing around in VFriend's Discord and whatnot, and a guy just slid into my DMs and was like, "Hey, bro, you should go check out these ape things. Think you're gonna like them." So I hopped in the Discord and made one joke, and then went and bought a couple, and have been here ever since.
It's amazing. Who would have thought how far we'd come from that moment, from that couple of weeks really, where everything was kind of, I guess, speculation, and suddenly this great community appeared, and suddenly we all had this wild ride through that summer, and so many new NFT products were dropping, but it didn't seem like anything was reaching the same level as Bored Apes. And I feel like since then they've definitely been leading the way, and I think a lot of other projects are sort of trying to get to that level. It's so unique and so amazing. I'm just grateful that we're a part of this journey.
Absolutely, me too. Yeah, no, we definitely are trendsetters, and people are always trying to copy it. You can see there's a million projects that literally do the exact same thing just to keep copying it, but it's never going to be the same, man.
You can't replicate it. It's such a beautiful thing, especially the fact that so early, for example, when Stephen Curry joined, it was the first celebrity, I think, that bought a Bored Ape, and then suddenly that just sort of created a domino effect, and it's just been crazy. It's amazing, and being a part of this community definitely opens so many doors. Dreams could come true, and magic can happen, and I'm definitely here for it.
100%. Yeah. No, me too. You're not getting rid of me right now.
Yeah, never. On the blockchain forever.
Yeah, on the blockchain forever.
Amazing. Yeah, forever, for life. You can't get rid of me for sure.
Nope.
I'm so excited as well. Thanks to you, I have my ape filter, meaning I can really use the IP of my Bored Ape, meaning I can create so much, which I've already started, as you know. And
Oh, yeah.
It's all thanks to you being first creating these filters. They're amazing. So many people ask me about them, and I literally need a spreadsheet to send you, because there's so many people who are just random saying, "Wow, how have you got that filter? How have you got it? Where's it from? Is it custom?" I'm like, "Yep, it's MoPeet."
Yeah, no, I love it. People hit us up every day, and they're always telling us who sent them our way and stuff. I love it. But it's funny is we weren't even the first to do it. We're just the best to do it. There was totally somebody else that
That's
was
a good point.
First, and then we just crushed it.
You've definitely crushed it. I love it. And it's just the start, I see the future becoming definitely VR orientated. Having a digital identity will be, I believe, more important to people than their real life identity. I think one day people will kind of live smaller in real life, not really have the best, not live in huge houses, not drive fast cars. I think it'll be more important what they own in their digital wallet than what's actually in their real life bank account, what assets they own. I think the digital identity is going to be so much more important. And the people who see that now and the people who are creating and building are the people who will become the next entrepreneurs to be super successful. Anyone who's building and understands everything this early are definitely on the way to making it, as long as they can persist through this bear market.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're reliant on the market anyways, then you must not be building too much. You know what I mean? Like, we're over here constantly working on new stuff every day, and I don't check the floor price on stuff. I don't check, I'm not worried about what stuff costs.
For sure, yeah. I'm not trading. If anything, I've done a lot of gambling.
Degen status.
Yeah, for sure. It's like I went from being a very normal kind of, when I say normal, I mean not spending 24/7 on my devices. Like you wouldn't really catch me on my computer as long as I was on the beach or enjoying my life. Since NFTs and since everything that we've, I guess, started last year, I feel like I am addicted to the growth of this space, and the possibilities are endless. There's no ceiling in the metaverse. So there'll be, for example, it's a digital world. There'll be multiple worlds. There'll be so much possibility and endless opportunity that I find it hard to sleep because I'm so excited.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't even have any social media until I bought my VFriend and then got my apes, and I started a Twitter. And now, like, I'm on it every day, all the time. It's obnoxious, but it's part of it, But yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
definitely
it's 24/7.
Yeah, no, as I say, it's definitely addicting and will suck you in, but you got to find a good balance though, because otherwise it'll drive you crazy. So if you're just sitting there watching your bags pump and dump, then you'll go crazy if you're not doing something.
For sure, definitely. And just to keep my own mental state clear, even if I'm on my technology, I try and take it to the beach. Just, I guess a podcast won't work at the beach because of like the noise, but still, I wish that could happen where you can podcast kind of anywhere,
Yeah, no, for sure. My phone's with me 25/8.
When I first got my Bored Ape, I didn't actually mint my ape. I got in when they minted out, and then there was like, is it a liquidity pool? I think that's what they're called. So it was in a pool of other apes, and it was random. So I went through the process of learning how to set up a wallet, how to claim a token that then I used for the ape. So my Bored Ape chose me. I didn't actually choose my ape. I didn't see it before I had it. And the funny story is because I was so brand new, the gas kind of set really low. I think it was like set to 9 Gwei or something. And I didn't realize you could change it to obviously speed it up. And I think the gas then raised during that time when I made the transaction. And there was like 24 hours where I was waiting. I think it was 24 hours anyway. It was a really long time. And because I was so new, I didn't really understand how to speed it up if I could cancel it or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little bit touch and go, actually. And I was really lucky to still have my ape. It was a bit crazy.
I did the same thing. I had bought one, and then I got one from the pool the same way, and I had one that picked me, but he's gone now. So, yeah, I had bought my first one on secondary because I also did not mint one. I got in like late, and
Yeah.
I bought one, and I was like, well, I'm going to get 2 of these. And then I was like, oh, neat. So I started looking at the different pools and stuff, and I bought one from, I can't remember which pool it was that we're talking about, where it was random. And then there was another one where you could trade. So I ended up with 3, and I got 1 out of each thing. So like I bought one I liked, I randomly got one, and then I traded around to get one that I wanted.
That's really awesome. And I'm so glad you didn't like sell them all and you're still in the club, because you're like one of my favorite apes. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm so excited for what you're building, that there's no end to possibilities. I see like such a bright future for you and your artist. I think you're a great team, and I've definitely sung your praises throughout the NFT community for a long time.
Yeah, no, we appreciate that for sure. It's definitely an honor. You're like one of the first people that definitely understood what we were trying to do with doing this, not very many people listen to what, like, the bigger picture of the idea that I even had when we started doing these. Everybody's just like, oh, this is neat, it's fun. But it's like, yeah, it is, it's cool, but you can also do like anything you want with it, you know? And like, you're definitely utilizing it the most, you know, out here at Tequila Land. And
Yeah, definitely. And I plan to do so much more with it as well. It's actually opened so many doors for me. I was searching for it before I even knew it was available. I was just like, okay, there's filters on Snapchat, there's filters on Instagram, TikTok. Like, surely someone can make the filter. I was thinking about that before, I was thinking about it actually almost after minting. So it was crazy when you made that solution possible. You were the solution to my problem.
I had the same thing. Like, I had mine, and when it was literally the first couple of weeks I had bought mine, that CryptoPunk did the interview on CNN, and I was like, what? It's like, I need one of those. So then I found the people that made that filter, and they made me one. And long story short, we like did see eye to eye on like helping each other out. So they were like, oh, well, you suck. So I was like, oh, all right, cool. So we did it on our own. And now, you know, it's like the best thing that ever happened to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's amazing. Like, it spurred you on to create yourself, which is incredible. And that's what I love about this space is there's so many creators, there's so many pioneers, budding entrepreneurs who've never actually maybe been an entrepreneur before. You know, people who just want to build every single day. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I do see like our digital identity becoming more important. And I really do mean that. I'm saying it now on the first episode because one day in the future, which I don't think will be that far away, the generations who adopt this technology and it becomes very normal to them very quickly, where they won't compare it to anything else like we can, they will be working and living and breathing in the metaverse. They'll probably wake up and do their teeth and stuff, eat something, then they'll put their VR goggles on and they will be starting their work day in the metaverse. You know, like there'll be all kinds of shops and all kinds of experiences that'll need staff. And the generations to come are going to be in those jobs. It seems like it's far away, but I don't see it that far, especially with the speed, you know, the rate of the technology, just the way it's going is so fast.
Yeah, you know, 15, 20 years ago, technology like surpassed itself like once every 6 or 7 months. You know, you'd have a breakthrough of new tech, and then that new tech would get used to find new tech for the next 6 or 7 months, you know. And now it's like every day new tech is released for every minute of, I mean, anything, you know. There's people out like my animator, if we don't have something that we need, he'll make a program to do it. And it's just like, I can't even imagine that you can do that, but he does it all the time. He makes stuff for me all the time that we don't have, you know. So
it's incredible.
It's crazy. And to touch back, what I was going to say is like this space is amazing for people like that. Because it's like if you have nothing but time to build and build and build, nobody's going to see you. So the best people building, nobody knows about them because they're too busy building. You know, you need like a team like what we got going on. My animator is like the best around, but nobody knows who he is. He has 38 followers. You know what I mean? I don't know how to do it, and everybody knows who I am. So
I definitely empathize with you there. Like I've also just got a great team of people who I've met through this space. And without this space, without being early, it would be difficult to know who to trust. So building those connections last year was super important to me. And I feel like thanks to last year and the being there 24/7, I've met so many amazing people. And yeah, they don't have a large following. They don't have a great amount of people who even know what they can do. And they're the type of people who do it because they love it. So they enjoy it as a hobby. You know, it's not because they're making hundreds of thousands. It's because they love it. You know, it's a passion thing.
That's how my animator got started. He was doing it as something he liked to do. And he was actually a manager at a pizza shop, you know, like he was making pizzas 6 days a week. And I saw him and was talking to him. I was like, bro, I'm pretty sure that you could quit your job if this works out like I think it should. And sure enough, January 1st this year, he quit his job and like has paid off his house. I mean, it's crazy.
Woo!
Like,
That's
that because
amazing.
he believed in something stupid that I said, and it's like he rolled the dice. We were talking about gambling earlier, he took the ultimate gamble and like utilized his free time, which he didn't have a lot of free time. So it's super valuable. It wasn't monetarily valuable, but that's what he had was time to do it, and he did
Yeah.
it. I was like, bro, I'll run this for you. And here we are.
I'm so excited about using all this technology. And the thing is, I'm not even that kind of person. I've never really been one to be on my laptop or phone too much. I've never been one to sort of do video and editing. And I am so immersed in it all the time. Everything to do with the space. This is just extra. But it's so enjoyable to me. It doesn't feel like work. And I could be on my computer 24/7, and it's quite worrying, really. But really, I know that I'm building. So then it keeps me a bit calm, the fact I'm on my computer all the time, when I don't think that's too healthy. But it is because I'm building, and I'm trying to just create something special,
On the flip side of that, I'm doing the opposite. This is the most time I've spent in front of this computer in the last 6 months. We're doing this right now. Like, I do everything. I don't have the patience for a lot of this kind of stuff. And I know that. So it's like I won't get stuff done like somebody that wants to. But I'm really good at making these connections and finding these people that want to do it. So it's like, if you want to work, I'll find you, and I'll find people that want what you're doing to do for their stuff, So I'm out, beating the pavement and doing stuff and making the actual connections. I'm still one of the only apes in this entire space that makes special trips to meet people. Like, I don't go to Ape Fest with everybody. Like, I've been all over this country and stayed with dozens of different apes just because. Like, not because there was an event. I'm the event. What we were going to do was the event. You know what I mean? So, but that's what we're doing out here, is making these actual life connections, business connections, friendships, whatever it is, But
I love that. Yeah, you're doing it IRL, and I cannot wait for you to come and see me. And
I can't wait.
Yeah, in real life meetups are the best, especially when tequila's involved, and there'll be plenty of it, like the best quality stuff.
That's what's up. As long as you got weed on the island, I'll be fine.
Actually, there's a lot of it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't physically smoke, but even the fumes, I'll be a giggling kind of mess, really. I get high off nothing. Fresh air, maybe. But yeah, I'm having so much fun in the space, and real life meetups is actually something that I want to do more of. So I did go to Ape Fest this year. I didn't go to the first year. I did have a bit of FOMO. They were on an actual yacht, and you got to meet everyone at the beginning. I was sad about that, but the fact I could go this year was pretty awesome. But I don't really get a chance to meet people in real life. So it was quite amazing for me to be in a place where we all were. I managed to get all 4 nights at Ape Fest, which was amazing. And I managed to meet everyone in our group, all of the people I talk to all of the time. I managed to put real life faces to those people. I was so sad you wasn't there. I was literally like, oh, no, you should have come. But it's cool. It's cool because you come to me at the island, and we'll definitely make up for the fact that the time was lost. It'll be probably the most fun meetup ever.
Oh, for sure.
I am planning on attending the NFT London in November. So I'm currently on the other side.
Are you coming to Art Basel or Basel or whatever?
Yeah, I plan going to Art Basel as well.
There it is.
I think, is it beginning of December or?
Yeah, the first 3 days of December, I think, or the 2nd through the 6th or something, 1st through the 3rd, something like that. I don't know. It's that first weekend.
Awesome. Yeah, I should be there. I definitely plan on it. Are you?
Oh, yeah. No, that's my jam.
Woo! Let's fucking go.
Podcast.
Amazing. Wow, why not? I mean, I'll bring my camera.
On my laptop, everything.
Yeah, definitely. Got the whole setup,
Yeah. I should even have my good tooth by then, too.
Honestly, I can't wait. It'll be amazing. I'm really excited. I plan on attending as many real life events as possible. And yeah, hopefully just again connect with great people, keep meeting others in the space to gain value and trust from, because we're all in this thing together. No one can really have an open enough mind to know exactly where we're headed. Like, we all know it's huge. We all know we're at the dawn of something, like, which is the greatest thing ever, like greater than whatever our great grandparents went through when it comes to change in everything to do with us on this planet. We are going through something which is bigger than anything. It's massive. And
this will be one of those things like in human history that people remember.
For sure.
Like,
it'll go down in history.
Yeah, this is like the first car, basically.
Yeah, yeah. We're flying cars, though. It's huge. Like, we're so advanced.
Exactly.
It's insane. And I feel so fortunate. I feel blessed, because if I was to choose a time where I was in this moment, it would be where I am in my life right now. Because it's been a colorful ride. It's been a bit insane. No one would look at me in my life right now and guess what my story's been so far. People just wouldn't picture it. So where I am now, if I could choose to be alive at some time, it would be now. I feel like I've got this fire inside of me that just wants to build and create, and I guess create something that'll be everlasting. And thanks to smart contracts and blockchain technology, that's possible, which is insane. So even our podcast right now, this is going to go down in history. This is two Bored Apes with the, actual apes on display using VR technology so early to talk about it. Like, wow.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I'm about it. Trendsetters.
Absolutely. Like, even without trying, it's fun to me. And what we're doing here is about having fun. We should all, as adults, find our inner child and lighten up a little, because people don't smile enough anymore. And if being this way, using an NFT avatar filter as your persona in a way to almost become a little bit childish, like, laugh at yourself and not care about if someone else is laughing at you. Laugh with them, because it is really funny and it's very different and unique. So in my mind, I just feel like as when you become an adult, there's so much judgment in the world that people stop being their true self. Everyone kind of starts maybe to put a front on. Or I know when I've been in business, I'll wear a suit, be smart, and suddenly you feel like you can't be childish, and there's no fun in that,
Yeah, it turns out I've been dressing like a billionaire my whole life. Flip-flops and shorts. Like, so.
You're ready for the hammock section.
Yeah, born ready.
Honestly, I'm so excited for it. And I'm sure as this journey progresses, we'll have so much more to discover and learn, and help others to experience through us. Because I think if anyone's new to NFTs and the metaverse, there's so much to learn, because we're all still learning. I know it took months. It took me months to really understand and articulate certain terminology and technology. It's quite a lot to get your head around.
I'm not going to lie. I still don't understand most of this stuff. And my buddy Tasty Blunt will absolutely verify all this, because I call him for everything. Literally, if I'm like, hey, bro, I didn't ever seen this thing pop up on my MetaMask before. What is it? Like, I don't even worry about looking it up. I call my buddies. I'm just like, I'm so done with this stuff. I don't even care.
And that's, again, what I love, because the fact that we're early, we know who we can trust, meaning we can become a trusted source. So even from just talking like on a podcast, we will hopefully give so much value by going through things and sometimes being wrong, but then sometimes being very right. And as long as people are going through this journey and they're not getting themselves into trouble, not using the money that's for their mortgage, for example, to buy a picture, as long as people enter this with maturity and caution, we could really give value in regards to the lessons we learn. People will learn maybe what not to do. I'm looking forward to talking more with you, like, on, because there's already so many stories we could probably share that we've gone through and others have gone through. But maybe that's for another podcast.
100%. Yeah, I mean, they're even shooting a documentary about a lot of us right now, and they have been for a while. You know, like if
The-
people that have been following up with what I've been doing, like last weekend, I had a documentary crew with me all weekend shooting footage of just me being me, just exactly what we're doing right now.
It's amazing. I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
That's going to be epic. Like they said, this is going to be like, you know, the first car, the first airplane, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like events in human history that nobody forgets.
It's huge. It is huge. And I'm here for it all day, every day. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to sleep until I've achieved my goals. And wow, what a bunch of goals that are going to, the dreams that are going to blow my own mind.
Yeah.
And I'm wow. I'm so
Absolutely.
excited.
As am I. Like a million thoughts, and I just kind of keep track of them and go as I go. It's crazy. Like my brain.
That is crazy.
It's a
Is
scary
it full?
Oh, it's crazy. It's busy for sure.
But it's busy because everything is so amazing and new and exciting. It's not like
Not even
just
this.
full.
Even before this, like I've been like this my whole life. Like go, 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 whatever it is, you know. There's like just
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, it's like it just worked out good that, you know, like I said, I got in this space and it's like tight. There's people that want to hang out for like 22 hours a day because that's what's up. And then it's like, well, I don't really want to hang out, but I just need to get a hold of you. So I can get a hold of you like anytime, right?
It's insane. It is insane. But I love all of those vibes. I love the fact that we're all just so wide awake, literally. Like eyes wide open, jumping head first. Because if you think about it, I know there's not mass adoption yet, but obviously there's big brands. So when you think about the in real life brands such as Adidas, Nike, Gucci, Tiffany's, they're all jumping head first into this stuff. And even for someone who knows nothing about this yet, surely I would have assumed more people would be curious than they are. But there must be somewhere where you have to sort of take notice and at least a little bit curious and ask why. Like, why are these big brands jumping into the metaverse, building IP and claiming trademarks? Like, surely it's because it's something bigger than what they are already, because they want to grow and expand into it. It's huge to be awake 24/7 right now, building and connecting with people. I think it's invaluable.
Yeah, because it's the best when the big companies are going to jump in because you see that they see that, like, you're not going to let, or they're not going to let, like, you know, a Nike be alive in the metaverse that's not their Nike, you know? So that's why they're going to jump into it because they see that it's brand new and they're like, well, we're not going to let somebody get that one over on us. You know what I mean? So
Definitely.
normal people see the big people start adopting it, and then it's much easier to like, oh, cool. If Nike's going to do it, if Amazon's going to do it, if Walmart's going to do it, I'm going to do it, you know? Why wouldn't I? Jeff Bezos did my life for me, so why wouldn't I let him?
It's insane. And the fact that we were, say, earlier than those people and companies to realize the scope of what we were getting into, I think is even more amazing because to like be willing just to, I guess, learn something that seems very unreal. Because when you think of the metaverse and when you think about people putting VR goggles on and living a life that's not in real life, it's quite a big thing to get your head around when you've lived on the planet without it for a long time.
Tell people about land. Get out of here.
Yeah. Like both of us, we've really heavily invested in other deeds. So for the other side, metaverse land. So we already like own land in the metaverse. And that could have been real life money that we withdrew, which was over $200,000. That's insane when you think about it. So we have to see it to believe it enough to do that. And then aside from that, at the same time, I invested in House of Kiba Land because they have amazing teams. So their metaverse is going to be amazing. Just who knows, like right now, who's going to have the most popular metaverse? You know, like everyone obviously sees a lot of potential for Yuga Labs and everything they're creating other sides. But we don't really know what's going to happen. We're just investing in what we think ourselves, that we'll get there. But really, we know nothing, and there's actually knowledge in knowing nothing. It is also a wild ride that could go either way.
Yeah, totally. And like, you don't even have to pick one or the other or whatever. Like, everybody always freaks out, like, when Decentraland was doing their thing and then Sandbox tried to do something, everyone's like, oh god, it's gonna be one of those. It's like, no, you need them both. You need both of these plus another one plus another one. Like, the more you have, the more people are going to adopt to it. Once you get people into one, then they're going to go to the next one. It's like, nobody ever just had a Nintendo their whole life and was like, nah, I'm done with it. Like, Nintendo 64 is for me, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's like, no, bro, you probably bought a GameCube. Then you probably was like, fuck, I'm going to get a Sega. Then you got a Sega. Then you probably got a PlayStation. You know what I mean? It's like, you jump across platforms. How many people have a PlayStation, Xbox, Oculus? You have everything. You know what I mean? So, like, the more there is, it just intrigues people more and more to check one out. And then once you check one out, you're going to check the other out. That's like if you see a movie or a documentary, you see one documentary and then you see one similar to it, you're going to watch the other one, even if it's not as good. But you're going to probably watch it just because the first one intrigued you to check the other one out,
For sure. It's just so exciting and it's a thrill. And especially if you've got any kind of money to sort of lose, just to gamble, just to sort of let it wash away if it doesn't come back. That's the most exciting part for me sometimes, is because I've never done that, by the way. I don't gamble. I'm very, I've always been very just sort of careful and, thoughtful of everything that I do. So it's been quite a thrill for me, if I'm honest, to almost just gamble hundreds of thousands. I think a lot of us have spent, anyone who's been heavily invested since the beginning, because it's been a wild year, especially that summer where there was projects dropping every day. There was a new project and a new project, it was intense. It was insane. It was wild. And we all had so much conviction then because, it was a bull market. There was a lot of whales like investing heavily in different things to obviously help them run. And then some people would be left holding the bags, like, the 109 camels.
Right.
But it's, wow. Even to go through all of these experiences so far, I'm happy to let that money wash away. And I've gone through the experience because I think it's invaluable to learn and to be curious and to go through the process right now so that you don't need your hand held in future when Web2 companies and authorities try to take over control of your money, really, and your freedom, because obviously that's happened over the decades since life began and people started to put their stake in the ground and claim whatever they wanted. So I feel like to be able to be a free human being, decentralization and the way Web3 is right now is quite beautiful. So to learn it is invaluable, even if you kind of waste a little bit of money that you can afford to lose. I think it's invaluable because you learn how to do it. You learn how and why and who you can trust more now than I think in the future. It'll be less clear.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you're saying about, the wash of the money and whatnot, it's like, for me, it was more about like, I never cared about how much money I had or whatever I was going to get out of it. It was, I had a plan that I said I was going to do this. And then me being me, I just stuck to it and didn't change from it. So even when our Ape coin that we were given was worth, $500,000-$600,000, I held it and was like, I'm buying land with it. Then I bought land and it's like, I could have waited and bought more, but it didn't matter. I stuck to the plan I said I was going to stick to, you know what I mean? So like, I don't care what I ended up doing. I did what I said I was going to do. And that at the end of the day is the more important thing.
For sure. Like conviction and yeah.
Yeah. And also like you said, the experiences of things. Like my favorite experience to tell people is when they're like, oh, I wouldn't sell my NFT for 100 ETH either. It's like, well, motherfucker, has anybody ever offered you 100 ETH for your NFT? Fuck no. Because until they do, you can't say what you would do. So like, all of us, we know if you still have your ape right now, you got offered 150 ETH for that bitch once. So, and that was $500,000 on one day. Like and just to sit there and scroll past that email and be like, nah, I'm good. It's like, to say you did that, like if it goes to zero, I don't give a shit. You can say I'm stupid for doing that, but guess what? I get to say I did it. I scoffed at that Millie. You know, it's like what I'm gonna do with it's more important than taking that money. You know,
For sure. For sure. Yeah, lots of people like hypothetically say what they would or wouldn't do, but
but you've
until
never
you
been in a
have that
situation.
experience,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know,
And yeah, until it happens to you, you really don't know what you would do. And I guess, for example, just one example of human behavior. So sometimes if even your family try and, I guess, get involved with your decisions, or you might have a significant other, and they might be wondering why you're keeping something that doesn't make sense to them when it's digital art, for example. And they're like, you could sell that and change our life. We could buy a new house. We could upgrade our car. We could, this, that, and the other. And then that really does truly show the strength and the will of the person if they can actually stick that confrontation, cause possible atmosphere at home to still stick to their decisions, because so many things can sway people. And sometimes it's not just money. Sometimes it's the pressure of upsetting people close to them.
yep.
Because I've
Oh,
seen that happen a few
sell
times.
this. Yeah, yeah. Everybody around you wants to tell you what to do, but it's like, again, you're not here doing it. You know what I mean? It's like if I told you to sell your house because it's worth more money than it was when you bought it right now, you're gonna look at me like I'm stupid. It's like, well, yeah, but you're telling me the same thing. Yeah, but this is a house. Well, this is life-changing money. It's the same thing. You just don't see it that way.
Yeah, definitely. Until people go through the process, they'll never know how they would react or act. I'm quite proud of us, MoPeet. Like, we've gone through bull runs, bear market, multiple offers, multiple moments where we could have got out and been like safe, because
Or
we
got
know then
scammed.
or
Like
scammed, yeah.
look
Oh,
at
yeah,
all
that's
the
scary.
fucking people that got their shit stolen because they're dumb. It's like, bro, we've
That's
been here
true.
how
Yeah.
long, and you don't know how to put your shit safely somewhere? Like, ah,
Yeah. It's so sad, honestly. I genuinely feel something physical when things like that happen,
I
especially
hate
when
it.
it really does go through me, because there's bad people on this planet and we can't get rid of them. We all live amongst each other. And money does crazy things to people. Money can change someone overnight, which is
100%.
quite scary. Yeah. And there's so many ways right now with technology to hack and to misconstrue information and almost influence someone into doing something, because it mostly when things seem too good to be true, they are. But this space does create dreams and things do come true, meaning people sometimes think, oh, maybe it's not too good to be true, because, these things are happening all the time and people are becoming rich from some NFTs. But the thing is, it's not all of them, obviously. And there's a lot of bad actors. But if they're, I guess, preying on people who are not really aware enough, then it is a sad outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. It sucks that people are going to take advantage of people, but that people are out there trying to take advantage of you. So you got to suck it up and, got to be smart.
For sure. I really do hope that people become more alert to people who are, I guess, for example, buying followers, buying likes, buying comments, buying blue ticks, people trust blue ticks. And there's so many fake ones. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, it's easy to tell somebody that has organically grown like a following versus somebody that has, 30,000 followers this week. It's like, what? Like, what are you talking about, bro? 82
And they follow like
100.
100
followers. That doesn't even make sense.
It is wild. It is, yeah, super wild. So I come off all of my real life human social medias last year when I got my ape, because I decided to build the IP, and it would have been way too much work just to sort of be active everywhere. Plus, I wanted to be anon, because I didn't want anyone I know knowing I had a bored ape, because one day people will rob you if it's not already happening. So I wanted to be, safe in that way, in the real world. So I built my Twitter profile from scratch. I didn't even like Twitter before. It was the one thing I didn't even have and use. So the fact that I'm on it 24/7 now is quite amazing.
Exactly.
So I think even NFTs brought Twitter back to life,
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing. Yeah, like what a Yeah, what a wild ride. I am
Craziness.
so excited to see where it goes for us. Who knows, you know?
Absolutely. Like I said before, man, it's your imagination is going to be what stops you. You know, if you don't think you can do it, then you're not going to be able to do it. So,
Uh-huh,
I mean, that's pretty much all that could stop you from doing something right now. Like,
for
is just
sure.
doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like we need to eradicate the ceilings of our brain, like hack our
Yep.
minds, you know, learn to code and recode our brains.
Or not even like me, perfect example. I don't know how to do any of this stuff, but I ask people. I go, "Hey, bro, I need to do this. Do you not do that? No, you don't. Oh, you do? Cool. Can you help me? No. All right. Well, on to the next person. Oh, you can help me? Tight. Let's do this. I can help you like that. You know what I mean? And it's just that's what it
Yeah,
is.
it's a
Like, if you have a hustle about you, this space is amazing. But if you don't know how to hustle, you're gonna be in trouble unless you know how to build or work. Like you have to have something. You know, you can't
I
just sit here and
agree.
ride the floor price all the time. Like, you know, you might as well just
For
buy it and
sure.
come back in a year. No point in sitting here
Yeah.
watching it if that's all you're worried about,
Yeah, like that would become quite boring.
right?
No pun intended.
Right? I mean, isn't that what we're all trying to do? Like for a bunch of bored ass motherfuckers, we are so busy.
Yeah, like wow. I was retired and suddenly I'm working 24/7 the last year.
Yeah, I was like retired and then retired again. So like, I mean, it's whatever. I just keep on keeping on.
Like
Right?
everything we're doing is just it's a breakthrough for the rest of our life. Our older selves will love us for what we're doing. Our older selves in the future will be like, thank you. Thank you for not listening to the mass amount of people or the main news and the media. Thank you for just going with your gut, having faith in something unknown, and understanding that anything new is never understood.
Exactly.
Tequila wisdom, you're welcome.
You always have such good words of wisdom.
I feel like it's all in my head. Like it just builds up a bit like your brain's getting full. That's my mind map. It's like full of like unrealistic possibilities that are made possible because of the metaverse and the fact that anything can be created. Anything in your mind can just appear. It's insane. And one day everyone will be living that reality and it'll feel real. You'll be able to taste and feel and all of the human sensations, you know, to smell and to anything. Like you'll find that in the metaverse and we'll be hooked up to something, especially if Elon's got anything to do with it.
Right? We'll be on Mars fucking trading NFTs.
Uh-huh. Like yeah, exactly. Like Mars will be like the new Earth and
I said it last year. I wish I had a fucking Tesla. I'd be such a better NFT trader if I had a Tesla because all day long I have my car driving me around. I'd be trading all day.
Yeah, like it's insane. I watched him a Joe Rogan podcast the other day and he's like, it's so cool. Like I've got this car that drives itself. I barely have to sort of keep my eyes on the road and I'm there. I'm like, you know, setting up my next podcast. Or he's like, I'm actually working and there's like traffic for an hour, but it's okay because he doesn't even have to like stress about it or worry about any of the cars around him. Like it
Right.
is amazing technology. I just want to say thank you so much, MoPeet, for your time. I'm sure this will be the first of many. There's so much more we could delve deeply into, and we've just touched the surface today. But yeah, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It's definitely an honor to be the first for sure.
Well, being first in this space is definitely the narrative to hold on to.
Yep.
You're number one.
We're number one.
And we are number one. We are. We'll share the number one spot because, you know, I'm like the female, you're the male. So, you know, takes two. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go, tequila.
Tequila! Woohoo! Amazing, Sam. Take care. And I'll see
Thank
you
you
soon.
so much. Awesome. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for having me.
Amazing. Amazing. Take care.
You too.